There's a reason we launched a horror YouTube channel in 2024, and it's because we realized that horror is the best it's ever been. And 2024 might be the greatest year in horror of all time. We thought it'd be a really fun idea to see if that's necessarily true. And what we have here is an attempt to debunk the fact that we think 2024 might be the best. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the top other years and compare their movie lineups to what just happened in the past 12 months.
Okay, so let's get to it. We're going to kick right off.
Nothing to add?
No, that was perfect. I can't really go in after that. It's like, all right, I mean, you said everything I wanted to say. Let's go.
So we have pulled from Slash Film a couple of years that they say are the 14 best ever, and we kind of use that as a basis. We also went and picked some of our personal favorite years. And of course, we are 36.
Yes.
We are children of the 90s. Naturally, we kind of inserted some mid to late 90s years in there because they're our personal favorites. And we're going to see how they stack up or if they're really cheesy.
I'm going to be fully honest. I go more towards the 80s than anything. That's what I grew up on. So a lot of my favorite stuff comes from that decade.
All right. So let's start with 2024 and take a look at what we have. So the issue with 2024 is frequency and how great they are. I think we've got easy 9s and 10s across the board here.
Well, not to mention how many different forms of horror they hit too. Like it's crazy on how many different genres of horror we hit.
Yeah, the spread is spectacular. Terrifier 3 is a perfect slasher.
It is.
Besides like The Brother, but like we give this a 10 out of 10.
It's still, our 5 out of 5.
We thought Heretic was near perfect. Grayson is going to see Smile 2 soon, but I think Smile 2 is a spectacular, fun twist on what its first film was like really too heavy. We have not seen Nosferatu yet. I can tell you I'm going to love it because Dracula 92 is one of my favorites, and we will be doing a review of that very soon. Longlegs looks great. It's awesome for the first 40 minutes. Yes. I would say that the horror community likes Longlegs. I know a lot of horror people that say this is their favorite. It's definitely not even in my top 10.
Yep.
But this is another reason that 2024 is buoyed. I've not seen Never Let Me Go yet, but again, frequency, I hear it's okay. Alien Romulus,
comes back, makes another fantastic Alien movie. We haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Yep, and it was very exciting to see in theaters. Original Ideas was great. 7A, I hear, is a lot like Rosemary's Baby.
Yep.
Speaking of Evil, we thought was great, even though they
changed it and made it their own. So I'll give it to them.
And then The Substance, which might be the greatest body horror movie ever made, like period. 10 out of 10 film.
It's a good film.
You saw Abigail?
I did. I saw Abigail. I thought it was a fun time. I laughed a lot at it. I thought the special effects were really cool, and I just thought it was a fun movie.
Yep.
Like,
we've got The First Omen. For me, I am on a huge Evil Baby kick. I watched The Coffee Table the other night, which is another story altogether. But The First Omen is spectacular. It's one of the best origin films ever made. Quiet Place Day One, fun monster movie. Man, it just keeps going. Cellar Door. I watched the trailer for that. That looks hilarious. Let's see.
Maxine.
You saw Maxine?
I did. I watched Maxine. I thought it was a good wrap up. The ending's a little weird, but I still had a good time with it. Tarot is like a 5. It's not a horrible movie to watch, but it's fine. There's also In a Violent Nature that came out this year, which I thought was awesome. I had a great time in the theaters with that.
Probably good genesis for something new, right?
It really is. It was cool just following the killer the whole time. Hardly any dialogue in it, and when there is, it's very little.
Yeah. There's also Immaculate with Sydney Sweeney.
Yep.
Another amazing evil birthing movie. And the frequency is just so high. I mean, again, like we launched a channel because look at this lineup.
Yeah.
It is so stacked. And like you said, the diversity is insane. You got body horror, you got vampires, you got werewolves, slashers.
Yep.
Are semi-back. Aliens is back.
Anthology film with VHS Beyond.
Yes.
Like that came out this year as well. It might have one of my favorite films in it from the
out of all the
VHSs.
And Gothic horror, you got Nosferatu coming out very soon. So And you got Hugh Grant, who's a YouTuber atheist.
Yeah, I said during our Heretic video that Hugh Grant's character might be one of my favorite villains of the year.
He's so fun, right?
He is. He really is.
And I think it just goes to show it's like after 2022 and kind of Jordan Peele and it's studios reinvesting, A24 coming out, Hereditary, and just people reinvesting in horror, we're seeing like the fruits of that labor really spill over. So I think I'll say I think that 2024 very well might be the greatest year in horror of all time. I'll go in saying that, and then let's see if any of these following years go. What do you,
for sure.
do you?
I don't know. It's really hard for me to say the greatest year ever. I would say that it is 100% in the top 5.
Yeah.
Like,
do you have a year, like, before we dive in, do you have a year that, like, you think maybe, like, you have a bias towards that you're like, there's nothing that's going to let 2024 beat the year for you?
I mean, it'll probably be 87, I do believe, is the one. I think that's the one that's going to be like, that's going to be really hard to top.
All right, so let's dive right in. We're going to start with 1978.
The year of Halloween.
Yes, so we're kind of coming out of slashers have finally gotten their
big shot in the limelight.
Yeah, so golly. Okay, so you got Halloween, Jaws 2. I think Jaws 2 is a pretty fun time.
I'm terrified of sharks in the ocean, but the ending to Jaws 2 is one of the sickest endings ever.
He has the electric.
Yes!
There's a power line in the middle of the ocean.
Who cares? Who cares? Yeah, you're going to catch Jaws on fire and he's going to be all charred up. But that's the glory of it. Dawn of the Dead, which is amazing.
Okay, so is this is just Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah, I don't know what the 3D thing is.
Okay, that's just the poster. Okay, so you got like maybe the best zombie movie ever made. You've got the best slasher movie maybe ever made.
I don't know. We did say that Black Christmas was a little bit better.
Yeah, Black Christmas is a little bit better. Okay, so you've got some grape revenge movies.
Yep.
I Spit on Your Grave, Omen 2.
Heck yeah. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah, so I guess we're diving into, this is like pre-80s camp.
Yeah, it really is.
In 78.
Especially with Piranha.
The Evil. I don't know what that is.
I don't know if I've ever seen The Evil.
Toolbox Murders.
I have seen the Toolbox Murders.
Is that any good?
It's really cheesy. And it's very, very, very low budget. So.
Okay. Fifth Floor. What is that? Guy showing hog? But yeah, I mean.
So this one's a little difficult for us to kind of like debate it because there's only a couple of these that we've seen.
I would say while it has classics, not better than 2024.
I would go out and say that as well because, like I said, we just haven't seen enough this year.
Yeah.
I've heard Magic is phenomenal. I've never watched it.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So let's dive into
1979. Let's click to the left on these arrows.
Yeah,
I think we got a couple more over here. Yeah. Let's go all the way back. All right. So coming out pretty strong with Alien.
Okay. Phantasm is spectacular.
Phantasm is very, very good.
The axe hit on the head in Amityville Horror when he has that nightmare.
Yeah. It's terrible.
That is so terrifying to me. I watched that alone when I was like 19, and I was like, I don't want to watch that.
Is that original one, the one that has the pig in the window?
I don't remember. I just remember the axe hit in the rain.
I think so.
Rain at the end. The Brood is awesome. I love The Brood. This is the. Is
that the killer baby?
Yeah. Oh wow, a bigger one. Look at that. Yeah, Samantha Egger right there. This is
it's Cronenberg.
Yeah. Have you the Brood's ending is like really, really gross. It's got some like fetus licking and stuff. It's so gross.
Of course it does. It's Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Driller Killer.
Okay, Phantasm is spectacular. I'm just gonna go back for my rotator here.
You're in 78.
Okay, we're trapped here.
Oh, it put it long ways now.
Okay, so
we got Driller Killer,
Tourist Trap,
Thirst,
Blood Rage, Bloodbath. Yeah, I think Aliens just holds this up as well.
Yeah.
I would say not better than 2024.
No. Good year just for the first, like, 4.
Yeah, I've not seen Faces of Death either. I don't know what that one is.
It's about a bunch of murders that are caught on tape that are supposed to be real deaths.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to big time jump here, all the way to 1987.
So this is the year that I'm like, this is going to be hard to beat.
Okay, this is, okay.
For me, because I love 80s horror, though.
Yes.
Because that's all that I used to watch whenever I was a kid. So kicking it off with The Lost Boys.
Yes.
Followed by Hellraiser. Evil Dead 2. Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors, yep.
Angel Heart. Monster Squad. Near Dark.
No.
An alternate title for that.
Oh,
Prince of Darkness. The Gate.
Creepshow 2.
Creepshow 2. Bad Taste.
I've never
Peter
seen Bad
Jackson.
Taste. Return of the Living
Yes.
Dead. Oh no.
Yeah. Ghoulies 2.
Oh no.
Dolls. Great movie. House 2. Love that movie. Still need to watch Return to Salem's Lot.
Yeah. American Gothic. That movie is so stupid.
Slumber Party Massacre 2, which is a crazy film.
I'll need to watch that.
Stage Fright, which has one of the more terrifying, like, killers in it. Like, have you ever heard of Stage Fright, Sean? The killer has an owl mask.
Okay.
It is super creepy.
Yeah. Okay. So, that's tough.
For me, it's gonna struggle really hard with this one, just for the first 4 alone.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Monster Squad more times than I can count. Near Dark.
Near Dark is a perfect vampire movie.
Yeah.
Prince of Darkness is a favorite Carpenter film.
Near Dark is probably the 4th greatest vampire movie ever made.
Yep.
I like.
Evil Dead 2 is the horror comedy. Like, there's nothing better than that.
Hellraiser is the grossest movie ever made.
Yep.
Yeah, here's what I'll do. I'll say it's not better till 2024 until the end of the video.
I'm not saying it is either. I'm saying it's gonna be hard.
That is very hard. Okay, so we'll make these two face off and see how it goes. So
For now,
yeah. Until we get to 1997.
Let's jump up 10 years.
A decade. So 1997. We looked up 1997 because we wanted to see the fallout from Scream 1. Scream 1 came out in 1996. And so it's like, cool, how does horror change because of Scream 1?
And changed a lot.
Yeah, we didn't really see the change until 1998.
Yeah.
But you have Scream 2.
Which is a great sequel.
Great sequel, spectacular. Devil's Advocate, a personal favorite of mine, I will say.
I do enjoy it, too.
It is so much fun. I Know You Did Last Summer is...
I like that movie.
I love it.
I watched it all the time.
This is kind of like, this is guilt, this is bias here.
It is 100%.
This is the kind of time when the comments would get mad at us. And it's like, I don't care.
If you were to go back and look at it as being like a film critic, you would look at these and laugh.
Yes. But I will say Alien Resurrection.
I love that movie.
I think it's spectacular.
I have a great time with it.
I think it's extremely rewatchable. Event Horizon is the greatest space horror movie besides Alien.
There you go.
There you go. Event Horizon is a perfect film. Wishmaster is hilarious.
Love Wishmaster.
I love American Werewolf in Paris. I watched it all the time as a kid because it had boobies in it.
I only saw it once on Stars. In 97.
I saw this movie on Stars on repeat. I have seen this movie probably as many times as I've seen Blast from the Past with Brendan Fraser because they just repeat it, right?
This is why I always get the Relic and Mimic confused. They came out the exact same year.
I used to get them confused as well.
That makes so much sense.
Guillermo del Toro made his bug masterpiece. Unfortunately, CGI has aged Mimic horribly.
Has it? I need to go back and rewatch it.
It has, because of how it's aged, Mimic has definitely dropped down to like a 6.
Yeah.
It was a 10.
Oh.
It's too bad. But you know what? It hasn't. The Relic, which was all practical Stan Winston creature effects. The Relic is still spectacular.
I'm going to do a double feature of those.
Real Steel is actually one of the scariest movies.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
With the Shack, yeah.
Jack Frost, the movie that I rented because I thought it was the Michael Keaton movie because I waited forever to see it.
You were wrong.
I was so wrong.
You were so wrong. You Turn, You Die, Trucks. I've not seen Trucks. Evil Ed. Quicksilver. What is this?
I don't know. Quicksilver Highway. Wait a minute. Is this the anthology movie?
Okay.
It is. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I think it has like the chattering teeth in it.
I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Pretty good year. I'm obviously partial to it with Grayson.
If you hear us saying, oh man, this, and this, we're coming into this kind of blind as well because we wanted our reactions.
Yeah, we wanted y'all to see this. I would say spectacular year.
It is a good year. It's a great year in horror.
I would say it's not better than 2024.
No.
It's pretty close.
It is close.
My nostalgia makes it close.
Whenever I'm looking at that and you said that, I was like, oh, Event Horizon though.
Yeah.
And Scream 2.
I don't know. Maybe it's not better. We'll do it.
It's hard.
Should we knock off the ones that aren't?
Yeah,
Okay,
go ahead and do it.
Let's knock off 78.
I love you, Halloween. I'm sorry.
87 is good.
87 is good. So we can knock off 79.
We can knock off 79. Let's leave 97.
Yeah, we'll leave 97. Heading on to 98.
98. Okay. Let's see.
Start all the way at the beginning of this. Let's see how this holds up. Blade.
Bride of Chucky.
The Faculty
Is an all-time favorite. This now Scream.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks like this is identical to Scream. It's a riff on the.
Well, you don't
poster.
get a Scream this year, but you get a sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer.
And more importantly, you get a sequel to the original Halloween.
Yeah, you do,
Halloween
which was
20.
amazing.
Yeah, Halloween.
I did love H2O.
This does a lot for me right here. The vampires.
I watched that about a month ago.
I would probably put this like one or two spots after Near Dark.
Yeah, for me, like, I know that John Carpenter's Vampires isn't an all-timer, but to me
It's
it
my
is.
all-timer.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like James Wood is just like, it's so toxic masculinity and it's just so funny.
But it makes sense because he's a vampire hunter.
I know, he's gotta be.
Yeah.
Phantoms is pretty fun. The Psycho remake's awful, but
Disturbing Behavior's okay.
that's an okay movie.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's fun to watch the young actors in Disturbing Behavior.
Deep Rising, though. Woo.
Oh, winner. Species 2, this was the first time I realized that people can have sex with more than one person at a time.
Nice.
Whenever the astronaut guy lands those two babes at the dinner party and then he kills them.
D. Snyder Strangeland there.
I've never seen that.
I've seen it once, and I only watched it because I do believe Fangoria did an article of it, and I had to find it after that.
I haven't seen Prophecy 2, but let me tell you how many times I've seen the trailer for the Prophecy 2. Like I don't remember what movie it was, but I had a VHS with a trailer for Prophecy 2. It was marvelous.
It was a masterpiece.
Phantasm 4, Children of the Corn 4, Arrival 2. Oh my God.
We have to do a Children of the Corn marathon.
Full watch through?
Yes.
Milo, that was fun.
Sean and I rented that movie.
I think that's the first time we found out what necrophilia was.
It might have been, yeah.
The Clown at Midnight. Okay, so nostalgic year, yes.
Yeah, it's
not better.
No.
But interesting to look at in a post.
It's hard because I look at those first four again. I'm like, ooh, and I love Urban Legends as well.
Yeah. Let's knock that one off. All right, we're jumping way up.
2022.
Okay. And here we go.
Let's just say right now, coming out with Talk to Me right off the bat makes it pretty tough.
Yeah, 2022 was, Talk to Me is a spectacular movie. It's like, I watched it like this the whole time because of the fingernail thing and the wood scratching, but just like, what an awesome original movie that was.
I thought that movie was going to be awful.
I thought the horror community had completely overblown it, but they actually
They were right on the mark with that one.
Yeah, that was, Talk to Me is awesome. Smile, Grayson hates it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I think it's like okay because it's saved by the third act. Without the third act, I think Smile is like a 3 or a 4. With the third act, I think it's like a 5 or a 6. Megan is really fun.
Yep.
I think Pearl is dog shit.
The Doctor Strange movie is really good.
Yep. Nope brings this up.
The Menu.
The Menu is really fun.
Nope is like, it's almost my favorite Jordan Peele film now.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best invasion movies ever. Barbarian is, I think Barbarian's a 10 out of 10. Scream
5.
Oh man, that's pretty.
a good one.
That's pretty brutal.
X came out the same year as Pearl.
I guess so. Maybe it came out early. X makes this another year, right? Men is.
You've told me about it.
Men is spectacular. Men is an Alex Garland movie, so he made like Apocalypse and Civil War and stuff. And it is like them being toxic males, like, is the bad guy.
Okay.
So imagine if like men being crybabies is like what makes them evil. I mean, it is what makes them evil. But imagine if that manifests. I want to tell you how it ends so bad.
Don't tell me. I'll watch it.
Okay. It's like, oh my God, it's so ridiculous. But I didn't see it until like a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
But that makes me think, man, 2022 is killer. Bodies is cute.
Bodies has a good ending.
Yeah, that was fun.
Like, it's pretty good.
Candyland, I don't know that.
God, Halloween Ends.
The original Speak No Evil buoys this up.
That's a good one.
Halloween Ends is Grayson's favorite movie.
Werewolf by Night is supposed to be really good too.
Yeah. Invitation, I haven't seen that.
remake. Day Shift was good.
That's a fun one. Swallowed, I don't know what that is.
I will say the mean one, the Grinch horror movie, the ending made me laugh pretty hard.
Is it good?
It's just dumb.
Okay.
But it's funny.
Skinamarink, I mean, I've tried to watch it 4 different times. I've fallen asleep every time.
I don't know why, like, I keep trying to do the same thing, and every time I get about 15 minutes into it, and I just turn it off.
Yeah, I fall asleep. That's a really good year.
That is a good year. I would say it's not better than 2024. I've never seen The Blackening, but I do need to watch that too.
Yeah, I would say it's not better than 2024, but Nope, Barbarian, Talk to Me.
The Menu.
Yeah, these are all spectacular movies, but not better than this year.
No.
Okay, next up, 2023. This is a year ago.
Yeah.
I'm funny. Okay, so Nun.
The Nun 2.
2. That movie is fine. The Evil Dead Rise is pretty good.
Awesome.
I mean, it's awesome, but it's not.
It's not 2013, but it's awesome.
Terrifier 2 is perfect. Voyage of Demeter, that's a solid 5 or a 6er.
Saw X is better than it should be.
Yeah. Late Night with the Devil.
Which should be in 2024 because that's when everybody got to see it.
Yeah.
Personally.
Pope's Exorcist is a fun time, but not that good. Scream 6 is kind of booty.
Still get the two confused now.
Yeah. Thanksgiving is good.
Thanksgiving is good. Totally Killer was fine.
Renfield was really fun.
Renfield was fun, yeah.
Cobweb that was such a weird movie.
That was a weird movie.
The Spider-Woman in the walls.
I will say that the problem with Cobweb is that we didn't realize how scary the movie was until we realized that my brightness on my screen was off.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, you're supposed to see this monster.
Yeah. Insidious Red Door is okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
Infinity Pool, I need to see that still.
The Exorcist Believer might be one of the worst requels ever made.
Okay. Bo was Afraid, I have not seen that. The Boogeyman, I thought that was...
I need to watch that one.
The Boogeyman's pretty cool. It's kind of like if A Quiet Place was a 1v1. It's kind of like a Quiet Place. There was just one of them.
That is
and it could
that
warp
should be
around.
on the back of the box. It's like if the Quiet Place was a 1v1. I'd watch it just for that alone.
Yeah, but Boogeyman's a perfectly fine monster movie. Not better.
For as much as I love Terrifier 2 and Evil Dead Rise, no.
Because Terrifier 3 came out in 2024.
Exactly.
And it's better.
Yeah.
All right.
Is.
And here we circle back to 2024. And again, it's just like Terrifier 3, Heretic, Alien.
Speak No Evil.
The Substance. The Substance is like...
Yeah.
I will say I'm a victim of recency bias. Like, I will like things more than I probably should because I saw them recently. I'm pretty sure I'm checking myself with The Substance. I really do think The Substance is probably the best body horror movie ever. Maybe The Fly's better. It might just be a day, but The Substance is spectacular. The First Omen is spectacular.
And there's other movies on here
that aren't
here right now.
Yeah, so
this is just like, of course they're smaller the smaller selection of the horror movies that came out.
Let's double check so we don't. Let's see. Raid, Romulus,
Arcadian,
yep.
Beetlejuice.
Blackwater, Bloodline.
Arcadian could have been better. Let's see, Cuckoo came out this
Cuckoo
year.
was watchable. It was
Daddy's
the best.
Head is supposed to be interesting. I need to watch that.
It's also frequency because it's like Exhuma. I'm sorry, that was like a 9. That was
Humane came out this year too. Ghostbusters was this year.
Yeah.
Godzilla Kong.
There's Heretic.
Yeah.
I saw the TV Glow is supposed to be really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm scared to watch it because I'm scared people have overblown it.
Imaginary was perfectly fine. In a Violent Nature is awesome.
Imaginary was really good.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Lisa Frankenstein was one of Tiff's favorites. Never Let Go.
I think the real issue is here, Grayson, is when we're looking at the others, is the frequency of quality movies.
Oddity.
Oh my God. Oddity was spectacular.
Salem's Lot remake. I loved it.
Yeah,
that was
a fun one.
Yeah, thought it was fine.
Yeah, Oddity, man. Oddity is like a spectacular movie.
Yep.
Smile 2.
Speak No Evil. We already went over that. Sting.
The Spider movie. Infested.
Yeah.
This 2 spectacular Spider movies this year.
Tarot.
You did not like Stream, right?
Stream. The special effects in Stream are good. It's way too long, and the ending's pretty booty.
The Moogle, the Platform 2, Radley Shrouds.
The Strangers Chapter 1.
The Watchers, that's that Shyamalan movie. I never saw that. Trap came out this year.
It sure did, yeah.
Trap was cute. It was a cute
It's fine. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 was a lot better than the first one.
Yeah. Strange Darling, that released this year. That
Strange Darling was fine.
Yeah, that's an okay movie. Okay, so I think it's just like you've got 10s in 2024. You got a lot of 9s. We don't know how good Nosferatu is going to be yet.
We don't, and that's the only thing that I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
because I could go and see Nosferatu and be like,
yeah, you could.
Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. In fact, it probably won't. I say that we click on the list of 1987 as well.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, between 87 and 97, do you think, looking back again, going back to this, I think 2024 is better.
Yeah, the 97. I will say the 97, yes. I love Event Horizon. I love Mimic. I love Scream 2.
Okay.
But there's more in 2024 that I like more.
Okay, so let's weigh 87 versus 2024.
Oh my God.
Because this is Tonka tough. Because what happens is, it's like, here it's like, okay, so what? You've got 4 of the greatest horror movies ever made.
Legitimately.
Like, in the echelon of all of horror.
Yes.
Not just for this year, right? Are there any greatest horror movies ever made in 2024? Okay? Terrifier 3.
I would say that Terrifier 3 might go down as one of the best slashers.
Yes. I would say Terrifier 3 and Substance are in the echelon of greatest horror ever made.
Yeah. I think that people 10 years from now 10 to 20 years will definitely look back at those two and go, man, those were phenomenal.
Yes.
I think people will do the same thing with stuff like Speak No Evil. Like,
yeah.
Especially if they've never seen the original.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you do have all-timers.
All right, now click on the list.
Let's look at this depth chart here and see what else we're missing. Okay.
There's Bad Taste. See The Believers. Blood Diner. Whole lot of blood.
Blood Hook, Blood Rage, Bloody Wednesday, Blue Monkey.
Creepshow 2. Dolls, which is really, really good.
Dolls is good, yep.
Evil Dead 2. A lot of them, they picked the heavy hitters for sure.
On that preview, that was
yeah, they really did.
I think the issue is this is a post Friday the 13th.
It is. Oh yeah, Jack's back.
House 2, yeah.
Yeah. Lost Boys.
Yeah, so Monster Squad, Monster in the Closet, Munchies. Is this the little critters on the?
Yep.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
It's a cool case.
It is a cool case.
Opera was that year? No way.
Okay. Is that a
Opera is the
that's
ones where
Argento,
they
yeah.
tape the needles underneath the eye so they can't blink.
Oh, Jesus.
Return to Salem's Lot, which you need to watch. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
The Stepfather?
Darker Shades. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
The Stranger. Which one's that one? Highlight that. Don't click on The Stranger. I guess not. I don't think I know this one.
Must be Wicked City.
The Video Dead. Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so obviously 2024 has more quality movies than 87.
But it's I don't know, man.
Okay, so here's the ones for me that okay, Lost Boys, Hellraiser, Evil Dead, Nightmare on Elm Street, Monster Squad, Near Dark, and Creepshow 2. Yeah, so you got what, six all-timers. One, The Gate is spectacular, but it's not like the greatest. It's a pretty.
I think if you saw Stage Fright, you would put it on all-timer.
So if you think Stage Fright's an all-timer, I trust you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stage Fright is 8 all-timers.
I love Prince of Darkness as well. In my head, it is an all-timer.
Prince of Darkness?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's got a stacked cast.
So you got 9. Okay, so you got 9 all-timers in 87.
Yep.
The only difference is we've grown up with 87.
Yes.
Right? So I think it's like ones we will 87, this is 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. This is 37 years ago, 87. Mm-hmm. When we are 70, how many of these do you think we'll remember?
I think I'll remember Terrifier 3, Alien. I definitely will remember The Substance. Yeah.
Okay, so you'll remember 3. So clearly 87 is a better year for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll remember Terrifier 3. I'm assuming I'm going to like Nosferatu, but for fairness, I'm not going to count it because I haven't seen it yet.
I'm not even putting Nosferatu in the...
Yeah, I'll remember Alien. I'll remember The Substance. I'll remember Smile 2. I like Smile 2 a lot.
You better with as much as you hype it up.
I mean, I'm just like... You're going to hate it. I'm so mad.
I don't think... You don't know that.
I'm scared you're going to hate it.
Well, the issues that I had with Smile 1, you agreed with.
Yeah. It's just like, it takes a Candyman-like mythos and then makes it have fun instead of, look at people kill themselves.
Yeah.
You know? I think Heretic will be like an, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's one of my favorite villains of all time, but I'm of this year, not of all time.
Yeah.
But it's legit, like, will I go back and, like, honestly think about it? Like, I know I'll think about Evil Dead 2 in another 30 years. I know I'll think about Monster Squad.
And I just think that's the truth of it, right? It's just, you can't, there's nothing we can do about saying anything would be better than 1987.
If you told me flat out, Grayson, you probably won't remember movies in 87 or from 87, I would call you a liar. I will at least remember 2. There's no way.
Yeah. I'll always remember The Lost Boys. I'll always remember Evil Dead 2. I'll always remember Monster Squad.
Of this year, there's like 4 movies that I watch once each year.
Yeah.
Like, I will watch all 4 of those movies one time at least every year. Mm-hmm. Like, I watch Dream Warriors every year. I watch Evil Dead 2 every year. I watch Lost Boys every year. So, watch Monster Squad every year.
So I think the answer is 1987 is the greatest year in horror history.
For now.
I will say 2024 for me is the second best year in horror of all time, besides 1987.
I think what's going to happen is I think we're going to do even more in-depth things and be like, oh no, we forgot about this one.
I'm sure, yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen.
But just at face value, would you say that 2024 is the second best for you? Considering we knocked out all the others except for 87?
Yeah. I mean, by this list, yeah, I would put 2024 at 2 right now.
Yeah.
I think that if I was to sit down, I think it would literally take me like a month and a half of research.
Oh, it would, yeah, you would have to do deep dives. You would have to discover movies that you didn't think of. You know, we kind of coasted through slash films. There's probably an 89 or like an 81 or some one ghost year that just happened to have a bunch of our personal favorites.
I need to go back and watch all 3 of the In Search of Darknesses again and just compile a list from all of it, because that's what they do. They go through all the 80s horror movies.
Yeah. I will say that was a ton of fun.
Yes.
2024 is not the greatest year in horror history.
But here's the thing, it's close.
I would say frequency-wise, it has been the best year. It's just not going to unseat the nostalgia, the experiences we have with living with these years. And what could happen is, I mean, in 14 years or 30 years, if we're still making Carnage candy videos, we might be like, you know what, 2024, we're still talking about those more.
I hope we are.
Yeah.
I hope we get to look back at this and we compare a video. I would sit back and watch this video and be like, oh, Grayson.
Oh, you idiot.
14 years ago, you didn't have a clue what was coming.
Yeah, we're watching Alien Romulus 7 and be like, what? Romulus sucks.
Come on, what is this? Romulus 2 was way better than 1.
But regardless, we're very excited for more Carnage Candy videos moving forward in 2025. If you enjoyed this content, make sure and go to patreon.com/hangtime, where you can support content like this directly with a subscription and giving us actual human money to support our livelihood. We will be doing top 10s, personals for the year, which we'll go over here in a little bit, so keep tuned to that. And if we missed any videos, or if you think we're stupid for not putting a year, leave a comment below of what we missed on and educate us on how bad we are. Way to go, Grayson.
Goodbye, everybody.